Well, everyone, welcome to the podcast. I know it's been a while. Holidays kind of shut us down a little bit and hunting season, but we're back in the swing of things. So we're excited. We got some good lineups coming up with you guys. So today we got a special guest, Sisto Hernandez. Sisto is a member of the White Mountain Apache gang, White Mountain Apache tribe, I guess. He's been a elk guide on the trophy hunt like 23 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. He's got a little experience behind his belt, that's for sure. He guides out of the Sunrise Elk Camp, which is the northeast part of the reservation. He's also a range management specialist for the tribe for over 16 years.
Was,
okay.
Was,
not
past
current,
tense.
Past
Yeah.
tense, all right. The thing about, tell us that you're a bareback rider?
Oh, I was a saddle bronc rider. I rode saddle broncs from, 1996 to 2017, something like that. And
Wow.
went to the Indian National Finals 6 times, the International Indian Finals 3 times. I won that International Indian Finals in 2008, so I was their champion. And the last year I was eligible to rodeo in college, I started riding bareback horses so there'd be enough guys in the region for the points to count. And then I ended up like second in the region and going to college national finals in the bareback riding. I would have gone in 2 events. Actually, that year I was number 1 in this region, the saddle bronc riding, number 2 in the bareback riding, and I was like something like 17th or 18th in the nation and all around for college rodeo. And at the second to the last rodeo, I got hung up to a bareback horse. I was working my hang up. I had never lost my head when I would get in a hang up. I got a hold to that horse's mane, got my armpit over that horse's back, was working my hand out of the rigging, and I felt a rope go around my neck. That pickup man roped me instead of the horse, jerked me down off the rigging.
He roped you on the neck?
Yeah, roped me around the neck, and jerked me down. That horse was stepping on me, kicking me, ripped my chaps, ripped that pant leg off, ripped that boot. So it was all tangled up around my legs. And rigging started sliding down the side of that horse. Instead of panicking, it's like, okay, it's right here. So I jumped up there, got my hand out of the rigging, hit the ground. Right when I was sitting up, pickup horse runs over me. And then,
Is it the same guy that was roping?
The same guy that roped me, yeah.
What did you do to piss him off?
I don't know. But then, insult to injury, he hadn't turned loose of that rope. So after he runs me over, then I'm going to get up again, then I get jerked by the neck until he remembers he still has that rope and turns loose of it. So anyhow, that wreck took me out of the last rodeo or last regional rodeo in that season, and that was enough for the number 2 and the number 3 guy just to scoot past me in the saddle bronc riding.
No kidding.
Yeah, so.
Damn pickup guy.
Yeah. Oh, and to make it worse, I made a jam up ride. It was on this big Palomino Gelding. It was just a real fun to ride horse, and they missed me out. So I was like, I didn't even get a score.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
That's like throwing salt in the wound right there.
yeah.
That's crazy. We were just talking before you got on the air about how broken up we are and how hell it is to be old now, and all the rodeo injuries that he's got. So.
Right.
So I want to get into, obviously we want to talk about the elk hunting on the reservation, obviously. And then, but right now you're currently the Southwest Resources Coordinator for the Western Landowners Alliance, is that correct?
Yeah.
And I want to get into, I want to start talking about the wolves a little bit.
Okay.
I know you and I talked before about it, and that's something I really want to learn a little bit more about. But,
Okay.
but let's talk a little bit about the elk hunting on the res. I mean, everybody, the White Mountain Apache Reservation is world renowned for the trophy bull elk and has been for number of years.
Yeah.
You've been there 23 years, so you've seen a lot of changes and things like that over the years.
Yeah.
Have you always been at the Sunrise Camp?
Yeah, I've always guided out to Sunrise. There was, I don't know, sometimes they would talk about sending me here or there, like to West End or anything like that, but that's all that ever was talk. I just stay at
So
Sunrise.
are you, when you're in at the center, do you have a certain geographical area that's your area?
Yeah, actually, it's that way for all the guides out of all 3 elk camps on our reservation, where we're assigned areas, and that's our area to hunt, our area to take care of. So like clean roads.
Well, you maintain the roads and all the clear cuts?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And the area assigned to me is all around, I guess you could just say everywhere around Holly Lake up there on the reservation. And consequently, we walk a lot because that's what most heavily recreated lake on my reservation. And so I don't want campers just driving around, calling or doing.
So you're purposely leaving the roads closed
Yeah, yeah. I'll like maybe a couple of the main roads I'll keep open throughout the year, but like the other roads I won't open till after Labor Day weekend.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Blame you there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Well, leave it to anybody go up there and run a good thing for you, that's for damn sure.
yep.
I mean, in 23 years, my gosh, I mean, what's the biggest change you've seen in 23 years with the elk hunting on the reservation?
Well, out of our camp, I guess it might tie into a little later. It would be like the wolf presence. When I first started, them first 2 or 3 seasons I was there, it was just kind of like pick where you want to hunt. It's just about anywhere you get out of the truck, you go find something. Mm-hmm. And so it was, and then with the density of good bulls, it wasn't as challenging to find something, the quality of what we were going after.
When you say quality, what are you looking at? Like 50 and plus, or?
Yeah, right now the rules are the minimum of what we can take is 350, and they kind of enforce that on us pretty heavily. But before, it was kind of a pride thing that you just didn't want to take anything before it was a hard and fast rule, Mm-hmm. And so
is that because maybe there was more plentiful 350 bulls bigger bulls out there that you didn't have to settle for anything real quick?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And now I'm guessing it's not what it used to be.
Well, on the Sunrise side, it's kind of coming back, and that's where I was going with that. Was I got in there right when it began to dip from. In the past, there was a lot more cow hunts. There were a lot more. Well, there were raghorn hunts on the east side, so a lot of non-member hunts in addition to a lot more travel member hunting going on, which in and of itself isn't a bad thing, but you throw that wolf reintroduction on top of that, mm-hmm. and it kind of almost pushed things off a cliff, you could say, for a number of years. And it was pretty difficult to find something that you wanted during that time. But here, let me see, right before the pandemic, maybe like 2018, 2019-ish is when you started to notice that upswing for mm-hmm. that, well, Sunrise, for that northeastern part of the reservation where I guide from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, and I mean, there's still a waiting list for a reservation, isn't there, usually?
Yeah. I don't know what it is now. In the past, when I worked there as range management specialist, I knew a little more about what was going on and about that type of stuff, but now being away from it, I'm not sure. I just show up and guide. but as I understand it, it's still there's still a waiting list, and it's a little challenging to get on the hunt.
Yeah, I remember growing up, and even in like the 90s and things like that. It was always kind of like what celebrities are up on the reservation hunt, because you always heard the big names, the George Straits and things like that, the Dale Earnhardts and Childers and guys like that.
Yeah.
Are you still getting those kind of people coming in hunting a lot, or has that kind of dwindled off?
I think that's kind of dwindled off. Actually, in the 23 years I've been there hasn't been as much of that as there was, seems like in the 80s and 90s, mm-hmm. because there was a lot more of that. I think the last famous or kind of famous person that I know of hunting there would have been like Clay Walker, mm-hmm. and that was like right around, I don't know, like 2005-ish, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I remember everybody go to Charlie Clark's when elk season rolled around, because they see George Strait in there eating dinner sometimes, so everybody, you couldn't hardly get a seat at Charlie Clark's restaurant.
Yeah.
But, as far as, I mean, as a guide and things like that, you're always going to have those asshole hunters you got to deal with, and you're always going to have the really good hunt. What's some of the best hunts you've ever been on?
This last year, That's a good example. My regular first hunter couldn't make it, and so his wife came on her own, and it was a drought year. It was pretty tough to find. Well, it wasn't just a drought year. It was like droughty for Arizona, so that's probably like for the rest of the country, they're probably dying, you know. But that being said, that lady, to go out there with her, and she was just ready to put whatever effort there was to it, and we hunted this one bull, this wild looking bull, not the biggest bull in the world. He was like 350-ish, but no, he was over 350. And you could kind of see that groceries ran out around May, where he had like gnarly eye guards, big old thirds, had a
Weak tops.
yeah. You can see like fourth point starts to tail off, fifth point's little, the beam's all skinny after the fourth point. So it's, like I said, run out of groceries around the end of April, 1st of May, you know. But we hunted that. We played peekaboo with that bull for 5 days. We saw him like every hunt, morning and night, and just could not put it on him. And you could tell she started to get down a little bit, and I tried. I mean, I wasn't trying. I was being positive because I knew we were going to get him. And we got to a Cienega one evening, and we're standing on an old logging road looking down into the Cienega, and that bull just walks out in the middle of that Cienega, and it's a rifle hunter, but it was just under 200 yards straight down into that Cienega, tight quartering away from us. Get her set up, we're looking down at him, and I'm like, can you see the last rib on this near side right beside the spine? She was like, yeah. I was like, we're gonna put it right there. And then that bull turns totally away from us. I was like, just wait, it'll be fine. Take your time. He's gonna turn. Just turned a little bit, like not even. I mean, just enough so you can barely call it a tight quarter. She's like, well, can I just shoot him right there? I'm like, are you comfortable? Do you feel good about that? She's like, yeah, I can shoot him right there. It's like, all right, do it. And so, having my binoculars on him, watched. She let it fly. Dropped that bull right there.
No kidding.
And yeah, just no, I don't know. She's cool. She just stays cool. And had other guys who come into camp and will brag about their whatever they got, whatever their hunting tackle is, and they'd even have names, and then they can't get anything done in the woods. And then this.
Not for lack of opportunity, though.
Yeah. Not for lack of opportunity, not because I didn't put it right there in front of them.
There's a lot of big talking going on in hunting.
Oh yeah. Like when someone says that their bow or their rifle is named such and such, you're like, oh my gosh, okay, this is going to be one of those kind of hunts. Huh?
It's funny. Everybody's got a 1,000-yard gun, but nobody can shoot 1,000 yards with it.
Oh yeah, they show you the
Exactly.
targets they shot and everything. You know. Yeah. I don't know. And it's different. Like we've talked about, that area assigned to me is about as Pacific Northwest looking as Arizona's going to get. And so, like at least 80% of the time, it's archery range, but there's not likely an archery shot in there.
Does it look in there?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
How many tags, like in our season, are you guys guiding for?
You know, I'm not real sure right now. I want to say it's in the neighborhood of 70.
Okay.
But remember, it's 1.6 million acre reservation, so that's like land area on par with like a New England state, you know. And there's 3 different elk camps. So I'm not sure how it breaks down the other 2, but on ours there's only 2 trophy hunts and there's 8 hunters per hunt. I think Maverick, it might be like 3 trophy hunts and 10 hunters, and the West End's 3 trophy hunts and I think 8 hunters per hunt, you know.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
You're not just other people crawling all over the place hunting elk then.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
And then at sunrise, the guides communicate with each other really well, and so you kind of know whether your neighbor's going to be hunting. And I don't know, I'd like to say we're friend enough that we lose something into their area to tell them about it, you know, because it's about,
It's not cutthroat.
yeah. I mean, we understand a little bit of a hot pursuit rule.
So are guys up there, have you guys been gun together for years, or are there new faces on there come and go?
It's generally the same crew from year to year. I guess you could say there's some newer guys recently, just because others have aged out. I guess you could say aged out, and I'm not sure how they do at the other camps, but at Sunrise, our bird dog program. Bird dog's what we call like an apprentice guide. We make a pretty good effort of taking those guys out and showing them just exactly what we expect out of them, so that when there's something like that, like this veteran guide has a hip replacement, can't do it anymore, that there's
Somebody take that place.
Yeah.
How long do you normally have to bird dog for? Does it vary?
It varies. I bird dog like one season, and then they drop me in the middle of it, you know, whereas other guys might have bird dog like 5, 6, 8 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's just kind of, yeah.
So is that bird dog assigned to you for the entire hunt?
No, they kind of float, and
Floaters.
so like maybe I'll pick a guy up on that first hunt and try to encourage them to go with somebody else. If nobody else will pick them up, I'll take them. But to go with others, so you get a chance to see everyone else's hunting style and the way they do things, you know, because like I'm pretty aggressive compared to some of the others. Some of the other guys are a little more patient, and I don't know what to call it other than patient.
Yeah,
you know,
a little more hold back a little bit.
Yeah, like that.
That things kind of come to them.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well, in the 23 years, are you hunting no differently now than you were
Oh yeah.
15, 20 years ago?
Oh yeah. I mean, now it's a little more trying to find them. In the past, like it was so dense there. Like again, pre-significant wolf presence, it was so dense. You could just pick a spot and be like, okay, this is where we're going to hunt today, and get out there and try to see every bugle. And if you felt like you saw every bugle, then you could move over, you know. And if you didn't, then maybe you come back here this evening, or maybe you come check it out again in the morning, or whatever that might be. Now, they're not so evenly distributed, and it's harder. And, you know, and that's kind of what we did some other guides out too, is not having that ability to adapt. I think, like, still trying to hunt like it's 1995, and here we are 30 years later, entirely different circumstances.
Yeah. Do you call your call sequences, is it the same now? Do elk respond differently to calls than what they did before?
They're a little more wary. Not as bad as you hear in other places where there's like significant wolf presence, or even more wolf presence, I'll say that. Or like it is on the state side, where you got every dirthead driving around with a hoochie mama. Just, you know, it's not that bad, but you still notice that it's different, you know.
Yeah, on the state side, it's amazing how different it's been in the last 30 years. As far as, I mean, we used to go down with sonic straws, you know, the big old rib straws, and whistle in a bull at night. And now it's like, I don't even bugle anymore. I mean, it's just a different. There's so much pressure on that state side.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Are you seeing like a horse impact in the elk population and the way you guys hunt there too, with the wild horses?
My reservation does not have wild horses. We have unauthorized livestock. Wild horses are protected by the Wild Horse and Burro Act, whereas loose and uncontrolled livestock can be managed.
I wish they stayed so
Okay.
That's what it should be, because there's no wild horses on the state side. No, not up here.
Yeah.
You know, down in Salt River is a different thing, but these horses all up here, on the state side up here, they're not actually wild horses.
Even that, okay, I said what I said. That's how they're designated on the reservation. We consider them just feral livestock, and for the different grazing associations, the stockman, so the ranch manager for each of those associations, can decide what they do or don't do with those animals.
Those guys are making the management decisions on those.
That's how that livestock code's written, is that's the case. But there are horses that are born out there. There are horses, I mean, they're feral horses. They're born out there. I guess from growing up around ranching, growing up in the woods, my dad used to run a couple different logging companies there on the Rez too. And then growing up around horses, I can recognize a horse that's born wild or born loose, let's say it like that. A horse that's born on the loose out there, and those that have been on the loose for a couple of generations. And while I was the range management specialist for the Rez, there's a lot of the places where we would have to go to do like inventory points or monitoring stuff on the west side of the reservation, where the only access was to come in through the Forest Service land onto the Rez. And in there, I can tell, like I can look at them and I can tell you that that's some horses just got abandoned. It's like
A lot of people turn their horses loose on the state side.
in
Yeah.
2008-ish, we noticed a bunch. Like when that housing market crashed around that time, all of a sudden there was a ton of horses getting turned loose over there.
Yeah, people just can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
You know, I got pictures on my phone of a horse with a fly net on his face.
Oh, I believe
You
it.
know, some of them are shod. It's like people just, and I understand I maybe you know better than I do. To put a horse down, like there's nowhere you can take a horse to now anymore. I mean, because of the new laws and things like that.
Yeah.
You can't turn them dog food. You can't make them into glue, whatever they used to do back in the day. So they just turn them loose, kick them loose out on the field, out on the state side, and
Well, it's not illegal to slaughter horses in the United States. However, the USDA will not fund an inspector for a horse processing plant. And so it's like a way of,
so we're getting out of it.
yeah. And then it's sad because for a lot of those horses, that may be the most humane outlet for them. I mean, like we've seen down here in the Southwest, I'm sure it happens like in Nevada, Eastern Oregon, elsewhere, where drought gets so bad and you just see so many of those animals dead at a dirt tank, you know, and like it's not their fault. It's not anybody's fault, you know. Well, I shouldn't say it's not anybody's fault. It's I don't know, people that maybe think they're doing good, but really they're condemning those animals.
Well, and there's no management going on with them.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
With everything else out there in the state land and in the forest, we're managing, but we're not managing the horses at all.
No.
So, and you got to manage it.
And if there was a place to process horses in the United States, that'd be the best for them. Because like, what's the alternative? Put them on a truck all the way to Canada, or put them on a truck to Mexico. You know, and maybe in Canada, you have how do I say it? They let them sit for a while and feed them, I want to say, to get them through the withdrawal period in case they had any meds or anything on them to be able to process to ship to Europe. Mexico, they don't do that. They just go take care of them, process them, and then you know what they do with it? They sell it back to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the meat logs that they feed big cats and zoos with, that's where they get them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For a while back.
Yeah. And I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's our government for you. Not the smartest people in the world.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Oh man.
So do you see an impact? I know like in areas like the three.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me say something. Horses out there, if there was a bull that you like and a bull that you're looking at and you're trying to figure out how to move in on this bull or what your game plan is going to be, and there's also horses around, the horses will always run to that bull. No matter what, even if they got to run past you and your hunter to get to that bull, they're going to run past you and pull that bull out of there. And that's how it is. That's the third code. Yeah.
Run to the biggest bull and figure his butt out of there.
Jeez.
Every time.
That's funny. You know, I know you say there's three. There's the West End. There's Sunrise. There's Maverick.
Yeah.
I know, like this year, you guys changed it up a little bit. You normally run 3 hunts, and you guys went to a 2-week two hunt now.
At Sunrise.
Yeah, I know the Red also did 3. I don't know what Maverick did.
I think Maverick did 3 as well.
So is that just is to do that, is that basically, because you're running less hunters a week through there, obviously.
Yeah.
So, were your numbers up this year for clients as they've been in the past?
Oh, I think last year because of the drought, because of the extreme drought that we had last year, that they gave hunters the option of not coming but not risking losing their spot. Something
So
like
they could
that.
bow out this year?
Yeah. Well, last season.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, and then if they could find guys that understood that this may be like a one-time thing and it's been a drought, but if you'd like to come, and so like Sunrise, I think we filled it all up, and I think the other two camps, which you're talking about, maybe because they didn't, they may not have been able to fill them up with replacement hunters, but I'm not sure. Yeah.
So somebody's in there and they're almost like grandfathered into the res.
Yeah.
So they have that choice to come back. If they fall out, then the next person in line gets that opportunity.
Yeah.
But as long as they want to keep coming, they're coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you guys ever thrown people off and said you're not coming back to the res?
Yes. I think a couple years ago they did. Somebody got like real belligerent at one of the camps, and I don't know if a fight broke out or what. But one way or another, this guy was just throwing a fit, being belligerent, whatever, and he was done. He's not. Yeah, it's one thing to be like, let's say you are justified in being upset that your guide wasn't delivering the service that you should be getting.
Or what you thought you should be getting.
Yeah, what you thought you should be getting. It's not a reason to start a fight. Go talk to the camp boss. Get this thing resolved. Not start a fight in the mess hall. You know.
I mean, I understand there's a lot of money involved when you're talking about hunting on the reservation.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. But at the same time, do you get a lot of guys that spending that kind of money and all of a sudden they're telling you how to do your job? Like, hey, they know better? Or are they pretty much like, hey, I'm here, you tell me where I need to go? Or do you have those guys that, hey, I watch YouTube and now I know how to hunt elk?
Most of the guys I've guided have been pretty cool throughout their career. I've only guided one that's like what you're talking about, where that guy, like he knew more than me. Mm-hmm. He like, well, back then it would have just been like Outdoor Channel, OLN, whatever. And he honed his skills from Dish Network or whatever, you know. But I've done that. The worst parts are though the worst I've experienced has been when the hunter got a guide from somewhere else.
Oh, brought his own guide?
Yeah, as a guest. The guest, like, it was just their guest. And really, I was just supposed to be the Indian to drive and to know the roads. And this other guy from Utah or Idaho or wherever was going to be the real guide on the hunt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I never would have thought of that. Huh.
The first one, okay, these elk, they're not as pressured as they are on the state side.
Sure.
And we're here to hunt bull elk. We're here to hunt big bull elk. We're not just any elk, you know. We're walking past this little opening. There's a few cows, their heads down, they're grazing. I just look at them, bull screaming his guts out, past the trees, and another opening I know is over there. So like, all right, let's roll. And I take off to the bugles. I get to the edge of the trees and realize I'm by myself. I look behind me, and then here's the hunter and his real guide, all Elmer Fudd, walking past those cows, trying not to be seen. And it's like, all right. I get to the clearing where the bull is. I'm sitting there, just wait for those guys to get to me. And the hunter gets all upset. He's like, you just walked right past those cows. I was like, yeah, we're not hunting cows. But we come over here to look at these bulls. And I've been sitting here looking at these two while you guys were back there playing with the cows. And he like looks at his, oh, they're just a couple piss heads. And I'm like, yeah. And if you had been here, then we could have been there checking those two bugles instead of taking all that time. We only have so much time, you know.
No.
And so then after that, we did it my way. And kind of like what I said earlier, we went through that. And I felt pretty confident that I looked at every bugle in that area that night, and nothing like what we were after, so we could move on. And told the hunter that that's what we're here to do. I mean, it's different than hunting the stateside, but that's what we're here to do. And his other guide, like, oh, disgruntled. I didn't get to see one of them. I was like, yeah, if I have my way, you ain't going to see any more. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Another one, the most recent one, second morning driving out from the cabins where we stay at Sunrise. I didn't even make it to the billboard on the highway. Turned around.
Oh, really?
Yep. Turned around, was bringing them back that morning. Like, well, let's go talk to that camp boss because I can't deliver you the experience that you're needing. So maybe we can get somebody else to take you out.
Were they just jawing all the way? I mean, that's not very much of a distance right there.
No. That hunter went to badmouthing me a lot on whether or not I knew what I was doing, and we're not seeing what she meant, what they wanted to see, any of that. And yeah, that was, I think that hunter at the most 4 days or 3.5 days maybe lasted, and then they just packed up and left, and they didn't get invited back.
And
Wow.
wow. Refund, obviously. They've earned that money.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I mean, for those that don't know, Wayne Amos is the Sunrise manager up there, and everybody knows Wayne Amos. He didn't take a shit from anybody.
No.
I think he's diplomatical to a point, but I would not want to go and butt heads with Wayne Amos.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that guy's like, it's his way or the highway type thing.
Yeah. I mean, they assembled a good team there. I mean, I like to think we're a really good team. Those of us that are guiding know what we're doing. And then there's people like myself, another gentleman named Marty Gatewood, and another gentleman named Alvin Pusher, that are the ones that have been there at Sunrise the longest. And we all have excellent records. You know, we're like last year, drought year, terrible year, still brought in like 379 6x6. Marty, drought year, terrible year, still shoots like a 410 non-typical 7x7. Might have been the only one on the mountain, but it's like, we're going to find that one, you know?
Yeah.
And, and then then this person, like, you don't know what you're doing. And
On day two.
yeah. It's not how we do it in Idaho. It's like, yeah, go show me what you get in Idaho.
Exactly.
That's not behind the fence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, hunters are, I get it. They're spending money, and they want, and a lot of them come out and they want a certain experience that they've read about or seen on TV. And it's just like, you know, if they don't have faith in your guide, why would you spend that kind of money and come out and butt heads with your guide?
Well, like that person, what they're wanting is kind of like, I want to say like one of these sheep hunts where you have your primary outfitter and then maybe like 5 or 6 subcontracted outfitters for them to call you up. We got this ram. We've been sleeping with them. You fly in, drive you up there. We put him. Here's where we put him to bed. There he is. Okay, 715 yards, and that's it.
Yeah.
But not. You know, that's the experience that person was looking for. And on our reservation, there's the opportunity to kill big elk, but it's still hunting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I mean, a lot of people expect this, you know, you always hear these guys, you get these governor tags, things like on state land, it's literally a fly in and yes and no, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Get your hero shot, jump on the plane and leave again. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
Like good old days, like a sultan or a czar on their American safari. Huh?
Yeah. I kind of want to get in and talk a little bit about the wolves.
Okay.
Well, the wolves is kind of, living up here my whole life, and I think this last year in the shop, I have probably seen more videos of wolf interactions with hunters than I ever have before. And I'm trying to get as much. I mean, we introduced wolves, the Mexican gray wolf here in Arizona, and I think it was 1998. I think so when we brought him in.
97.
97.
97 or 98. I can't remember. Now that I need to remember.
And I don't remember what the criteria number that they were talking about then, about what was going to be a substantial number. And I know we've exceeded that number substantially now.
It's close. The minimum number U.S. Fish and Wildlife identifies as close to the recovery rate right now, and it's like 3. I can't remember. I don't want to say any numbers because I can't remember what they are right now. Now that I need to, but it is pretty close to that. But that's the minimum that they count. That is
So we're at the minimum rate basically right now of what's manageable right now.
No, not the minimum of the recovery rate. Their minimum count is close to what the the recovery the population number to be
Okay.
considered recovered is.
Okay.
But that's, like I said, minimum count. Whereas you compare that minimum count to what individuals see daily here, there, across the border, over from here's something you probably don't know, from Cochise County and the Tohono O'odham Nation in our state, so Mexico border, all the way to the Grand Canyon. I know one person has trail cam pictures of them near that Wallapai Reservation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then on the other side in New Mexico, same thing from Hidalgo County, same thing, right next to Cochise County in Arizona, right on the Mexico border. From there, Mexican wolves as far north as White Mountain.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I know other people on the Navajo Nation that, like from Gallup to Crown Point, they're seeing them.
I've heard you guys come in the shop
Yeah.
tell me that they're seeing them on the Navajo now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just recently, New Mexico had their first one come down out of Colorado.
I'm not a big wolf fan, and the reason why is because we introduced an apex predator back into places that's been extinct, but we've encroached so much on that land and things like that that it's, we have our woods are so much more busier now, and not just with hunters, but just with recreational people out there. That I think we're asking for problems. I think
Yes.
that eventually it's going to be an incident that. And once the genie's out of the bottle, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
That's my fear with this. But I'm watching these elk, and we talk about the numbers on the reservation, and we talk about the numbers on the state land of elk and deer and things like that. And it seems like this year more than anything, I was up in Unit 1 quite a bit during the early season, and not seeing a lot of calves. Now, granted, it could be a lot of the drought. I understand that, but I think you put the drought on top of a wolf issue. Then, and I think we're kind of working on a perfect storm.
Yeah.
and I could be wrong. I mean, you know more about it than I do.
Well, it's like what I said, like what I experienced a couple of years after coming on guiding, or several years after coming on guiding, where there had been a significant number of tags issued on the reservation. Not trophy hunt, but like I remember, like in high school, I could have two cow tags and a bull tag as a tribal member.
Automatically?
No, not automatically.
Was it draw?
No, the cow tags were over the counter, and the bull elk. All my adult life has been a draw tag down there. But any bull elk, whether it's the trophy tag during the rut or the fall bull tags, they've always been a draw. But I could possess three of those when I was in high school. 2 cows and a bull elk tag, and then throw on top of that the amount of raghorn hunts that they used to have available, non-member cow hunts that used to be available on the eastern side. And perhaps there was nothing wrong with that. That was that was sustainable with the population at that time. But then you throw a wolf on top of that, and all of a sudden, it was a whole different story for several years. Yeah.
And I think it's not getting better. I know some of the videos I saw this year, guys bringing them in, were literally 3 wolves bringing down a bull elk in 27. And I was like, my gosh, I understand how they hunt and things like that, but I was amazed at how easily they took that bull down. And my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not actually just killing to eat, though.
It depends. There's the ones that they do, and there's other times where, I haven't seen it, but where guys will say that, it's like they're teaching their young ones what to do, or I know places across the border here in New Mexico where they'll tear a horse apart in the corral at the house, somebody's house, and then they didn't kill it, they just hamstrung it, terrorize the horse, and then move on.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And so then the horse ends up having to be put down later on because they were just having fun.
How do ranchers and things like that, when you get into livestock, like with cattle and things like that, how are they reimbursed on that if it's a wolf kill?
It depends. In Arizona, there's the Arizona Livestock Loss Board, and reimburse for cattle only on confirmed wolf depredations.
Confirmed.
In New Mexico, there's the County Livestock Loss Authority, and I'm on that. I'm the NGO representative on the New Mexico County Livestock Loss Authority, and there we reimburse on confirmed and then a decreased amount on probables. Yeah, because there's some of them where it's like probably it was a wolf, but and then it's based on the market value.
Market value of, say it's a calf. Is the market value of that calf, or what the market value is if that calf was a
Whatever the class of cattle it was at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the class was at the time of death. And so if it's like a heifer, it's more than the loss of that heifer because you're losing also the lifetime of production from that heifer, I mean, and that's not something we can really address with that, with what's available. Fortunately, New Mexico has helped fund that a bunch because like Arizona, they're limited by what's available through the Wolf Livestock Demonstration Grant from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
That's where the reimbursement money comes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but New Mexico was also funded through the state legislature for that.
Oh.
Yeah, and then right now we're looking at being able to expand that beyond the Mexican wolf experimental population area to further into northern New Mexico because Mexican wolves are going north of I-40 and Mexican wolves gray wolves are coming south out of Colorado. Yeah.
Wow. And that, so if, let's just say, like on a reservation, like in Navajo and stuff like that, north of I-40,
Yeah.
if they get a wolf issue like that, are you guys handling that? Or is that something you guys are reimbursing them, or is that a tribal thing?
In New Mexico, CLLA can reimburse tribal producers. In Arizona, it's complicated. Arizona is complicated.
Arizona would be complicated.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, the way that legislation's written, it makes it, I'll just say that, to be diplomatic about it, makes it complicated to pay a tribal producer in Arizona. Yeah.
Are you seeing an increase in livestock and things like that where the wolves are affecting that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On our ranch, Grasshopper, the Grasshopper Livestock Association on the west end of the reservation, we lost one bull, beef bull, Angus beef bull, and then we how do I say this? We're proud of what we produce. We're proud of the genetics we bring in. It's not just like some cow bull from the sale barn or some cow bull that some farmer over here is getting rid of and trying to make a little money on the Indians or something, we maintain nice genetics on our place. So we had one of those big Angus bulls get taken down by wolves, and it wasn't confirmed by the tribal wolf program, but the USDA Wildlife Services guys like, you know what? I know, I guess maybe there wasn't the evidence to confirm it for us, but he was like, just even though there was no ear tag and the brand was gone and everything, just knowing what that bull looked like, what the carcass looked like, and where it was, it's definitely one of you guys' bulls.
Oh.
Yeah. And we hadn't had one before on that west end. They're around. They have been since like on that west end. I think the first time we saw any sign would have been around 2013-ish. Yeah, when there wasn't supposed to be anything over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not supposed to be in a lot of places that we're
Yeah.
finding out that they are.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of that. So the tribe has its own wolf management program,
Yeah.
right? They have, is that done by the tribe? Or is that through the federal government?
The federal government funds it, but it's run by the tribe. So
Is it a tribal member that's in charge of that then?
no, there is a non-member that's the wolf biologist that's in charge of that. And for me, it's like it doesn't really matter as long as the person has how do I say it? As long as the person's like ethical and credible, then and puts the effort into it.
Yeah.
And this new one, I haven't had much experience with her, but the previous wolf biologist that also was a non-tribal member, she did a lot to, I don't know, even if you didn't agree with things, so that we could respect one another, and you could trust her with how she was running that thing. And that was a lot more than I think some of my stateside colleagues can say, can say, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's all funded, and she has a team that works with her, obviously.
And those are all tribal members.
The team is?
Yeah.
Okay. And have they said what they feel the population is on the White Mountain Apache?
Yeah, they have, but that's
Is it a
proprietary
team member?
information.
Okay.
We can't really share. But it's the same thing though. Like the stateside ranchers say, or that stateside sportsmen observe, where that minimum count that they turn in doesn't match what we see in the field.
Yeah.
You know, and some of that may have to do with their survey methodology. I don't know. You know, I mean, I know some of the guys that work on that with that wolf program, and I trust them. And I do not get the impression that they're trying to be deceitful with us. It's just, given the constraints of technology, the methodology they're employing, that's what they come up with.
Yeah,
you know?
and the country is turning too. I think that's not the easiest place to count, I imagine.
No, it's not. And then when it's like these last several years where we haven't had much snow, you know, makes it a lot harder to do anything. Wildlife counts, and I mean any other type of wildlife count out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when they introduce the wolves, you're introducing a new predator to the ecosystem. It's not like you're removing mountain lions or black bears or humans from it. You're adding another one. So now you have kind of 4 apex predators all at once going after these elk and deer. And I think adding the wolves in the population, getting to where they're at, would you say that's putting more pressure on like mountain lions and bears as well? Because now there's more
really.
competition.
No, I wouldn't say so. Perhaps other places it'll be like that, but on the reservation, we have a pretty healthy population of lions and bears, and not, how do I say it? Not overpopulated, not out of whack. Like you guys, like you've probably seen some of the lions they take off of our reservation, and then bears. It's kind of funny. You hear guys from back east, and they'll be like, "Oh, this was a 600-pound bear or whatever," and you ask them how big the skull was. They have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a lot of them, they don't. They just it's just a big fat bear, and that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Are we gonna go by poundage? We score at the size of the coats and
The skull is a little kid or not?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And then on the res there, we have. I mean, they harvest. I think I'm comfortable saying they harvest several bookhead black bears a year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Some big ones.
Yeah. But and I haven't noticed it so much there as much as the impact on the game species.
Yeah.
Not the feral horses, though. I don't know. They're not
thinning those out.
They're not thinning those ones out. I think they're just opening more habitat for them.
Maybe the wolves and bulls are working together on this thing.
Yeah.
Talking about the drought a little bit, in Arizona, we're obviously, the whole region's been in a drought for a couple of years now, and it looks like we're going to be continuing in a drought the way this winter's been going. You don't bring in a lot of hunters anyways.
Yeah.
But do you affect your tribal tags then? Obviously, do you guys cut those down and are they pretty much set and that's where they stay at?
It's set and that's what they stay at, but I feel like the tribal member hunts are already pretty modest. The number of tags. I mean, like now, everything's draw. Like even like when I was young, like I said, cow tags were over the counter. I want to say I remember like whitetail tags being over the counter. Turkey tags, spring gobbler tags are over the counter. Now we have to get drawn for everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
So yeah. Guy managing all that.
Yeah.
And you guys know how the sheep tag down there too, right?
Yeah, that one they flip flop it. Like this year, don't take this literal. This is just it'll be like I'll say it like this. I guess 1 year it'll be for a tribal member. The next year it'll be for a non-member, and it'll
really?
So I'm not sure what year we're on right now, but that's what they'll do.
That's pretty good.
And then they kill decent ones. I don't know enough about sheep to tell you what a good one is, but but I know some decent ones.
I've seen some pictures of some guys who brought them in to me off the river down there. And
Yeah.
pretty nice ones.
Oh yeah, my cousin will send me pictures of stuff they take through the spotoscope in that Black River when they're hunting whitetail. And I don't know, I guess if I had that tag and I could passively hunt bighorn while I was hunting whitetail, that might that might be appealing for me.
Yeah. Wow. So as far as getting back to what you do with the ranching and things like that, you're in New Mexico a lot then.
Yeah.
Working over there and in Arizona too.
Yeah. You could say mostly right here in central western New Mexico, that Catron County, how do I say this? 60% of the depredations that occur any year happen in New Mexico, and most of those happen in Catron County, New Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's kind of hard right now because this program we're supposed to have been rolling out has just been hitting bump after bump with like the change in administrations and everything else. And it's, I don't know, I'm not trying to pick on one or the other. It's like, it doesn't matter who won. You're always going to run into those bumps with any change.
Just the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Get the government, federal government out of our lives. Well, anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Any great stories?
Was he going to ask something? No.
Go ahead, Antonio.
Oh, I don't have anything right now.
Oh,
Antonio just wants to tag on the res. That's all.
he wants to tag
I
on the
do.
race.
That's it.
You guys offer not to change the subject a little bit, but you guys offer a management hunt on the res.
Yeah.
It's a 5-point, right? Or
Yeah,
what it is?
mature 5-pointer, and that's one that a lot of like guys that are new don't quite get, where it's not just a 5-pointer, like a 5-pointer in Colorado, not like that, but
Yeah.
like 8-10-year-old 5-pointer,
a mature bull.
Yeah. You can watch me on YouTube. What was it, 2 years ago? A guy did BMAC from Hush.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that cool looking
Yeah, it's a
5-pointer.
good looking bull.
Yeah, like that class of 5-pointer. And the point is to thin that out, because those are bulls that are full-grown bulls, have been full-grown, and that's the extent of their genetic potential, and just
clean them out of the genetic pool.
Yeah.
And as far as, you guys have a lot of those kind of bulls running around?
It depends on where you are. At Sunrise, it seems like we do.
Yeah.
And then at West End, I don't know if you have, I don't know. Well, I've seen one. In all my years, not just guiding, but being out there as a range specialist, being out there doing cowboy work. I've only seen like one 5-pointer.
So you walk with those kind of up on the mountain then?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a big 5-eye bull. I think they're the coolest looking things.
There was one, dang, I can't remember the score on it right now. I wish we could do stuff where we could throw up pictures, because this bull was like, dang, what was it? It was like 362 or something like that.
Well, some
a
pictures to me,
5-pointer.
I can edit them in.
Okay.
That'd be
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
It was a typical 5-pointer, and this just make you sick that it's a 5-pointer.
Gosh, man.
So if you had a 5th point if you had 5th points to match everything that's on him, at least his 3rd and 4th points, then we're talking like net 400 6x6.
Really?
Yeah. But
You get, there's something like a big 5-eye with a big old whale's tail walking.
Yeah,
It's just
giant
they
whale
get close.
tails.
I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for one. I had a guy telling me, showing me some pictures. It wasn't this year, it must have been the year before. And he had passed up this picture of this bull. I'm like, you're an idiot, man. He's like, oh, look, it's got to be a 6x6. I'm like, that's a giant bull right there. And it's a cool looking bull. And he ended up killing that freaking dink like 320 6x6. But it was a 6x6. I'm like, dude, I'd have kicked that 5-by in a heartbeat.
yeah, like when you think like
Yep.
shoot a 300-inch 5x5, that's a pretty dang big bull.
That's a big bull.
You know?
Yeah, people don't realize how big that bull is.
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
mass that they carry is just it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like that bull I can't remember how big it was, bull that BMAC shot. But yeah, if that bull was a 6-pointer, it had 5 points to match everything else he had, trophy bull all day long, you know.
So, I mean, I know from hunting on the raghorn, white man raghorn on the east side, you know.
Yeah.
You get this little kicker zone, you got to really make sure what you're shooting.
Yeah.
Same thing with a 5-by, I'm assuming. I mean, does it fall on you?
Yeah, and we just do it as if it's a scoreable point. And so that's something to drive into those guys, is that to know what a scoreable point is. And like some of those bulls, they might have like a 3-inch 5th point, but it's not scoreable because it
Like
Yeah.
sharp tooth up?
the way the shark tooths up. And so
That's a legal bull.
So it's a legal bull. Yeah. But guys are pretty good about like everything. Guys have good optics. They have good video cameras. Everybody has a phone, and I can't think of the name for it, but like the little adapter thing for your spotting scope. And so if there's ever a question, guys bring stuff back to camp. And I guess plug White Mountain Crew. That's it. Quadre will have I don't know, like his laptop or a big screen or something, and we can throw stuff up on there.
and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. And,
So you guys bring that back, and as a collective, you can say, hey, it's doable, let's go get the bull.
oh yeah, yeah. Like maybe, like definitely Wayne, myself, Alvin, any of us that have been there a while and are pretty confident with our field judging skills to look at it and be like, yeah, that's non-scoreable point. Go get him.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
And,
We share that lecture in the res.
Yeah.
Because no one can touch the damn thing now.
Yeah.
He's probably dead, but
yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
So
That's
good.
Are you hunting at the same time you're doing the trophy hunts?
No, there is a management hunt, and that's the first hunt. When does that start? I don't know. It's like the second week of September, and
So you guys are in there first and out before
Yeah.
the trophy guys show up?
yeah, and I want to say, I'm not sure if it's that way. Will be that way this coming season, but in the past, hunters' guests could get a trophy. Or no, excuse me, could get a management
I
tent.
know they've been in the past.
Yeah,
they
in the
do that.
past. So I'm not sure if it's going to be that way in the coming season or not. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you just didn't have to just tag along and watch. You could
Actually participate.
Yeah. Talk about bad hunters. I had one hunter. He had a meeting. Nothing wrong with that. Go to your meeting. We went out and whacked like a monster 5x5 with the guest.
It's his guess.
Not his guest.
Oh, just
No,
another
it
guest.
was his brother-in-law. And, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? Just hang around in camp and
Was he not happy?
oh, he was very upset that we went and whacked that monster 505. Yeah, it didn't have the longest points, but man, the burr on that thing is like one of those ones makes you wish you could score him like whitetail. Like that first mass measurement was down there, you know, and just that 5-pointer had like more mass than a lot. I'm just gonna say a lot of bulls. Period. That you'll see that are big bulls, and then just dark black antlers. Cool looking.
Ivory tips. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And but yeah, that one was
Well,
funny.
who chose the meeting, man? I hope your meeting was good.
It was important. And then you know what? He couldn't. I mean, he wouldn't have shot that 5x5 anyway. He's a trophy hunter.
No.
You know, he wouldn't have shot that thing anyway. It was just, I don't know, like kind of that attitude like we were talking about earlier, where it's just like, all right, well, sorry, your brother-in-law had fun this morning.
Yeah. Asshole.
Yeah.
Well, as far as hunters come, you're on archery hunts and rifle hunts at the same time,
Yeah.
for trophy. Well, what's your percentage of bow hunters versus rifle hunters?
Ooh. I would say, just picking numbers right off the top of my head, maybe like 20 to 30% are archery hunters.
No, it's not very many.
Not very many. But then we're spaced out so far apart from one another that it doesn't really make a difference,
Yeah.
you know. So it's not like you're fouling up an archery hunter's hunt, and then it'll just be like me with everything's one-on-one unless you bring a guest, you know, be me and that hunter, and our two neighbors, we're never going to see them
Yeah.
until it's dinner time. You know?
Do they have to pick a weapon, or can they bring both? And
You can bring
start
both.
out with archery and end up with a.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I bet.
Yeah, it happens a lot. To break the rifle out. But yeah, it's choose your weapon. As long as it's in our regs, you can
Yeah.
use it, you know. So archery, muzzleloader, rifle. No, so like things like no expandable broadheads.
Yeah.
That's a thing on us, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing under 30 caliber, so no 6.5 Creedmoors. And yes, you can
Interesting.
talk to me about ballistics all day long. I understand. They're still not legal here. Yeah. Same with the expandable broadheads. So you can tell me how much this technology is advanced. I believe you. I believe
I've seen
that's-
Sam yell walk away from
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm a 100% fixed blade guy.
Yeah.
And I've always said if it works and it works flawlessly,
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder can run the blood trail. They work great. But when they don't work, it's a rodeo.
You know, here's something else too. There, I imagine it has to do with the age that a shot that'll work, an archery shot that'll work in Colorado, in Wyoming, in Idaho, probably won't get it done here. You know,
Because of the age class, you think of the bull?
yeah, I'm like, you see him put it like
Interesting.
like on the back curve of that shoulder. You know, not in the kill zone area, not in the ribs, but on the back of that shoulder.
Holding that shoulder?
Yeah, and elsewhere you'll see it punch through that muscle, punch through that rib cage, and hit something. Here you'll see that thing go in like 4 or 5 inches in that spot, and just we never
Really?
find them. Yeah,
Just a denser muscle in there, things like that?
Yeah.
Are you talking like with an expandable or just any broadhead?
any broadhead,
Really?
any broadhead.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I'll tell hunters, just do your best to put it behind that shoulder, not too far back, but behind that shoulder, not on the muscle right there. And I mean, like even there, even if they hit them a little high, it's okay. That's
Yeah.
better than it just going in 4 inches, doesn't even
Yeah.
make it through the ribs. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys do a lot of tracking?
Not usually. Most of the time, we can get them, but
I guess let me rephrase the question. I guess do you have a lot of guys that maybe should be shooting archery tackle that are shooting archery tackle?
Oh yeah. Yes, we have that, and
Do you even do like a proficiency testing here before?
I
you
wish
put
they
them out?
did, but you don't.
They don't?
I really wish they did.
I wish Arizona would too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like one thing to be in your backyard and to, I guess in essence, warm up, put a couple downrange, and be feeling good, and then get comfortable that way. Not just pick that thing up and that one shot's going to count, and that's it.
Yeah,
You know,
I tell guys all the time. Like it's one thing to sit in your backyard in flip flops and a tank top.
Yeah.
And shoot 100 arrows and be dead on.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be cold in the morning on the side of a hill, adrenaline's pumping. You haven't been walking for however long to pull that bow back and make a shot.
You know, like the adrenaline pumping thing is like that for us, where you hear it screaming, and then it's like it'd probably be sickening for other people to see what it's like on the res, where you might have there's been times where there'd be like 10 different bulls screaming around us, like all around us, and I'd say I recognize this one's voice. This is the one we're going after, and so. Bulls screaming, you see them pushing cows, you see it, and so just all that excitement, something that they've never experienced somewhere else, even if they're a regular client, something that you're only going to experience once a year and nothing comparable. Heart pumping, adrenaline flowing, get up there, okay, there he is, 65 yards, wait, okay, there's your shot. And that's it.
Yeah.
Not range it, wiggle your butt, range it, fiddle with your release, range it again, get comfortable. No, none of that, It's like save that for the box blind, save that for shooting pigs or something.
Yeah, it's time to act right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many guys you see that with those shooting and shoot with 10 feet over the back or bounce them off the antlers, with that buck fever thing going on, and not even know what yards you even shot it for.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah.
Like just to get excited and put like a pin on it.
Yeah.
You know.
You get all the guys asking, what'd you shoot it for? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just saw a pin on hide, It's like, holy crap. But,
Yeah.
I don't understand. I do a lot of traveling back east and competitions and things like that. And I always tell these guys, everybody wants to talk about elk hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I mean. White hunting's cool and things like that, but man, you elk hunt and what's it like? Like you can't explain it to somebody.
Yeah.
When that rut's on and there's bulls screaming everywhere, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You get these guys that have never experienced it, and it's like, man, you talk about like a cool cucumber that falls apart really quick.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch it to an extent, and that's why they're there for it.
Yeah.
But man, I've seen some bad shots on animals too because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You sure do. And then I won't just pick on archery hunters. I've had rifle hunters like that where it's like, there he is, book head. There's some rocks right here. Me and my bird dog taking our jackets and everything, padding it up, getting everything set, range it, okay. And you see a wooden post explode. See some dirt fly up way over there. It's like, is he trying to shoot at the cows? What the heck is he doing? And then it's your job to be like, okay, just calm down. It's okay. He's still standing there. Yeah. He's still standing there. He doesn't know we're here. He's freaked out. He doesn't know we're here. Just calm down. Yeah. The archery ones. Oh, there was another time. It was a management hunter. This is funny. And it's even worse than what I described. Chasing through that thick trees, going. The hunter's right there behind me. This bull comes out on the road. We're like behind some down brush. Bull comes out on the logging road, standing right there broadside. And I'm like, okay, cool, go for it. Give him thumbs up, drop down on the side with my binoculars. And the guy just like freezes up. That was it. That was like, yeah.
Oh, man.
And make it worse, like the bull's standing right there on the road, broadside. I mean, not that I would like to have anchored it right there, but we weren't going to have to go very far. And that's the situation. Just chase. Try to get set up. Walks out on the road. Okay, there he is. Get down. And
Just couldn't do it. Make it happen.
yeah, but that guy was having to get set up with a bow and be ready to draw, release, do all of that. So there's something different there. There's another one. It was late. This is when the hunt still went into October, when we used to have 3 trophy hunts. And there was this non-typical 8-pointer. He was an inline 7 with like scoreable devil horns on both of his eye guards.
Nice.
And it's like first week of October, nothing broken.
Oh.
And this bull's like mid 360s gross. So not the biggest bull out there, but like a really cool looking elk. And that's what that's kind of like what I prefer my clients to do. If we can't find the biggest one, let's find something cool, So there's this bull. We were walking. We weren't even hunting yet. We were walking on this road, and there was a rise and a dip. I just saw antlers go by. I saw those antlers. I'm like, holy shit. And so that bull walks up and is walking on the side of the ridge there. So this guy needed a lot of setup like that. Those ridiculous, like heavy duty, hold the gun for you tripod type thing, So get all that, set it up. I know where this bull's going to walk through this clearing, get it set up. It's like, okay, he's still walking on the ridge. Do you see him? Yeah. Okay, ready. He's going to come out in that clearing. Okay, there he is. Plug my ears. Waiting. The bull walks off. And then just trying to be customer service. I look over his scope and it's like, so, okay, customer service. I'm sorry. I thought I put him right there where you could, where you would have a clear shot, but it's okay. He's still walking over there. We can get back on him. The hunter looks up and he's like, I didn't know we decided to shoot that bull.
They actually need it. Okay, shoot now, pull the trigger tight.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess.
And I guess that's giving you total faith in my God that he's going to tell me everything to do with the whole thing. It's your fault.
And that guy needed so much setup. We got back on that bull 2 more times where it was should have been just a no-brainer shot, but he couldn't rest against a tree. He couldn't.
Had to have his setup.
Yeah. And so, I don't know.
Well, that goes back to, it's one thing to be shooting out here at your house, doing this, and a whole other thing out in the woods.
Yeah.
And you have to adapt, and some guys just can't adapt.
Yeah, yeah. Or like you get clients like a new client, and they'll ask about things out there. And one of the things I'll tell them is practice shooting from uncomfortable positions. Practice kneeling where like you're on both knees. Practice kneeling where you're on one knee. If you're comfortable enough, practice shooting from sitting down.
Yep.
Just because we might end up in that situation out there, and I have, and so not just standing, everything's comfy, and
Yeah, that very rarely happens.
yeah.
So I've killed 10 deer with my bow now, and only one time have I been able to stand up on one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. And then a lot of guys, they don't realize that, that's the way the situation is most of the time.
Yeah.
It's never perfect.
No.
You're going to be kneeling uncomfortably. You're going to, I don't know, something's going to happen.
always.
Even with the rifle, even for guys hunting with a rifle,
Well,
you may have to get a rest on a tree. You may. I always carry shooting sticks. On the one hand, it's good enough for, it's good for me to hold my binoculars, but I carry shooting sticks all the time for just backup, just in case,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you ever find it where guys don't know when to draw?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There was one guy I had, I didn't understand. I was like, I guess I don't know. Maybe I don't know what an archery hunter needs. And I got one of the other guys up there to help me. Marty Baja?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marty Baja was helping me. I'm like, okay, I know Marty knows what he's doing with the archery hunter. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. And so I told Marty, he's like, you go with him and set him up. Just do what you do. And we're in there. I'm calling, bringing this bull to me, and Marty and that hunter are set up in behind some spruce trees over here. That bull's coming out. I'm like, okay, perfect. Arrows on the rest. He's got his release on there. Bull's coming out. Bull's even with them. I'm like waiting. Bull's a little past them. It's like, that looks like it to me. That looks like it's perfect. I'm like waiting. And then the wind changed, and that bull looks right at those two swirls and blows out of there. When that bull turns, that guy goes to draw.
Yeah.
It's like he could
get
have
over already.
all the opportunity to smoke him, and he just never drew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I walk over there, and I can't hear what they're saying yet. And I just see Marty grabbing the little spruce needles and like shaking them, saying something. Oh, I forgot to say, 10 yards.
The bull was at 10 yards?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And so the guy said he was worried about the spruce needles. And Marty's like, it's point blank. It doesn't matter. And if it was any distance, I get that.
Yeah.
Good call. It's point blank.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, he could have. That bull would have never known, and he'd have had a heck of a story. But he just did not know when to draw.
Yeah, so many people I see that they don't know when to draw the bow.
Yeah. I've never had anybody draw too early, where they're sitting there shaking because they're trying to hold it for too long. Yeah.
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 I see that a lot, actually. Yeah. But it's just, I talk to other guides and things like that. I'm like, what's your number one complaint? Because if I teach people when to draw, and you'll tell them over their ear, draw,
Yeah.
draw. And it's like, they won't,
yeah.
So, archers don't know that. It's funny to hear people talk about, like they have a rifle hunt. I could have killed this one with a bow. It was so close. It's a whole nother ball game.
Oh, it is.
It's a lot more movement involved.
Yeah. Just like I was saying, that area assigned to me, easy. 80% of the shots are archery range, but very rarely is there actually an archery shot in there. You're having to thread them through weird stuff.
Yeah.
So even with a rifle, you still got to be handy. It's not just a slam dunk. There was one guy. The bull was standing behind 2 aspens that were coming out, and that kill zone was like right in the V of the aspen. And I trusted that dude to make the shot, you know, but that was it. You see his butt sticking out on the one side, you see his head on the other side, and I just needed to get a clear enough look to make sure there was nothing broken on it, and and I trusted him to make that shot. But that's what it amounts to. You know, you need to, whatever your hunting tackle, you need to be confident with it, and do whatever it is you personally need to do to not have to think about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. It's a little different for everybody.
Absolutely.
But you can't think about the process. You have to just, it's like,
You know, muscle memory at that point.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, it's back to like riding bucking horses. Like when I rode the spur board, or used to ride the spur board, I didn't sit there and just spur that thing forever. It was like, picture it in my head, like make the different scenarios, be like, okay, this horse is high-headed and he's gonna have a little rear out of here, and so I need to hold my feet till I feel him at the peak of that rear, and then reach up there and set my feet and just picture that and go through that slowly and make it happen slow in my mind. Or, okay, this horse is really going to take his head, and he always bogs his head down in the chute and takes a weird scoot out of there, and guys miss him out, and just think about that stuff while I'm doing that, so that when those things happen in real life, I don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
I've already, you know.
No.
Yeah, old Pete Shepley used to always say, his VHS tapes, he used to always end them with, you know, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah.
you really got to go through the mental part of it and really work. And it's relating to archery. I see so many guys come in here and they're practicing, all they're doing is flinging carbon.
Yeah.
You know, they're not really working on anything. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, shot the shot needs to be, you need to be working on that shot. So when it does time come, it's just happening.
Yeah.
It's not how to think about it.
Yeah.
Especially in a hunting situation.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a hunting situation you're not around a lot of elk in your whole life anyways. And like you said, you got 10 bulls screaming around you, your mind's going 100 miles an hour. To try to go through a process is not going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
And I don't know, is there anything you do like that with?
Every time.
Every time?
When I'm practicing, I used to be that guy to go out there and just get reps in.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I want to do. Now it's like, when I need to go out there, I may go in the range here and I may only shoot 4 or 5 ends. But every arrow has a purpose, and I'm working on something on that on every single time.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, that doesn't become muscle memory for me. When I'm in a tournament or something like that, and I'm overthinking things, or I'm stressed out, or I'm tensed up, it's not going to turn out very well.
Yeah.
And I say that I try to get the worst mental game in archery. You know, I mean, I try to work on it, but I do suck. Deanna, on the other hand, my wife, I mean, she's phenomenal with the mental game.
Yeah.
But it's if you watch her bad shots and her good shots, they look the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell happened? They looked exactly the same. My shots, you can tell, like, oh, he just made a bad shot without even looking at the target. But I mean, for people that really practice a lot and have good mental, I mean, it's amazing watching them shoot.
You know, now that you're saying that, to visualize that animal and the presentation that you have, to be familiar with, make yourself familiar with the anatomy, and to know, like what we were talking about earlier, that tight quartering away, there might be a shot right there for you, but you need to know where to put it. And if you aim like that quartering away where the traditional kill zone is, you're just going to get all meat.
I will literally take a 3D target and put it at different angles.
Yeah.
And just so I could get, a lot of people don't understand, where you're actually aiming for. Not aiming for the entrance, you're aiming for the exit hole.
Yep.
And that's where you need to be shooting at.
Yep.
And so many people don't do that, and that's where they're getting the guts and things like that, or coming and hitting the front shoulder.
Yeah.
You got to, where's the arrow going through that thing at?
Yeah.
There's a target, and I think it's called the choice. Remember this guy? What is it? Delta. That's what it is. Well, the one that has the QR code on it that we look at. So there's actually a target. You can shoot it, scan it with your phone. It brings in the internals.
Okay.
And it shows you where your arrow is. It's a great tool.
That's cool.
It's a really cool. So you really learn how an animal affects on quartering shots. People don't understand. How many times have somebody shot something, you're like, man, you hit him way far back, and they swear it was broadside.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was quartering.
Yeah.
But to their mind, they thought it was broadside.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I think it's critical to put yourself in those situations.
Yeah.
I'll go on private hunts. I'll put all my gear on. I'll put a jacket on. It may be hotter than hell, but I'll still put a jacket on.
Yeah.
You know, and things like that. Just because it's a different shot process.
Yeah.
Your feelings on it.
Yeah, well, heck, like we're saying that, like even with a rifle hunter, they go to the range and they practice in just their street clothes, and then maybe they're in the field, they don't have time to take their pack off, and they're not comfortable with the butt of their rifle against the shoulder straps on that pack, and then what happens, you know? And then maybe you're in the situation where you can't, you don't have time, you don't have the opportunity to take the pack off, so. So not just picking on archery hunters. Everybody practice.
No, it's just what it's all about. It's practice, and nobody's gonna. We all want to get that buck fever to a point. I mean, buck fever is a good thing to have. I mean, if you're not excited, it's
time to
quit hunting.
Yeah,
you want to be excited. It's controlling that excitement.
Yeah,
and making the best of it. Some guys fall apart before the shot. Some guys fall apart after the shot.
Yeah,
but it's about being prepared as best as you can.
Yeah,
you owe it to the animal more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So. Well, dude, I really appreciate you coming, man.
You bet.
It's been a great conversation.
Yeah,
it's been fun for a while. So, yeah, guys, if you have any questions, reach out to us. We are going to be doing an elk camp 2026, and it's going to be March 7th on a Saturday. Sisto's going to be here doing a seminar on field judging elk, which I would highly recommend you guys, if you can make it. We're also going to have Roy Graves from Pope and Young is going to be up here doing a scoring thing for your trophies. We're going to have vendors up here. It's going to be a lot of fun time. So thanks for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, please like and subscribe. It helps us out. And we'll be have some more coming at you. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Hasta.